What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Shiba Inu. But before we get started, if you're not a member of the free Discord, please click the link in the description box below and get started with the free Discord. And without further ado, we'll get straight into today's video. All right, so Shiba Inu, we're on the monthly candlesticks here. And you guys, I think people definitely underestimate the power of dog meme coins. And a lot of these dog meme coins actually have technology behind them, and some of them don't. But a lot of them pump super, super hard. And no, I'm not dissing cat meme coins either, because those coins often pump pretty hard as well. But I think this bull market is going to be really, really powerful for a lot of different meme coins. Now, Shiba Inu is one of those coins that we're talking about today. As you can see, Shiba Inu has started to really pick up here off of these lows. We're already up 89% from this local low down here, and we're starting to see a lot of strength in this market. Now, if you don't understand what's going on here from a market cycle perspective, you can see that we did have a big parabolic run up here back in 2021. Then we pulled back pretty significantly, and then we started to break out again. Now, when we started to break out again here, you can see a lot of volume came back into this market. Then we hit a local resistance level and pulled back down to support. So actually, this is a perfect example of a market cycle. You can see that euphoria phase where you ran up really, really quickly here. That coincides with the parabolic run in 2021. Then you pull back really hard. That goes for anger and depression. You can see right here, we have the depression phase of the cycle. And then we break out again, and that's the disbelief phase, often called the suckers rally. So a lot of people don't believe you're going to head into a new market cycle right here, because that is the disbelief phase of the new cycle. These cycles repeat. When there's volume and there's demand, you continue to repeat the market cycle. So what that looks like is you go from disbelief back into hope, optimism, belief, thrill, and euphoria. And a great example of this is the Ethereum chart. In fact, if we go over here to TradingView and pull up the Ethereum chart real quick, and take a look at Ethereum, you'll see a perfect example of exactly what I'm talking about. So you can see here with Ethereum, we have a parabolic run up, we have the euphoria phase, we pull all the way back down to depression, then you get a suckers rally or another disbelief phase where the market starts to break out, then it pulls back down to support, and that new disbelief phase right here leads into the thrill, hope, euphoria, and the new cycle. You can see it restarts the market cycle. And that's exactly what we see here with Shiba Inu. In fact, if we take Ethereum here and we remove all the drawing tools and just compare Ethereum to Shiba Inu, you're actually going to find a lot of similarities between these two charts because human psychology never changes. We do the same thing over and over again. That's why these markets are so predictable on the bigger time frame. So over here on the left, or on the bottom, we have Shiba Inu, and up here on the top, we have Ethereum. And you can see that parabolic run up. In Shiba Inu's case, it ran up in 2021. In this example on Ethereum, it ran up in 2017. Then you get your big correction where price drops off pretty significantly. And then the market goes sideways and then starts to break out again. And that's exactly where we're at right now with Shiba Inu, is the beginning of a new cycle. So we're basically right here in terms of market cycle analysis, in terms of human psychology, before breaking out into the new cycle. So a lot of people are going to be skeptical and cynical. They're not going to believe that crypto is headed into a new parabolic run, because that's where we're at in the market cycle. So the majority of people are going to be experiencing disbelief because that's exactly the phase of the market cycle that we're in from a psychological perspective. As you can see at the top of this market cycle, it's called the Wall Street cheat sheet, but it's also called the psychology of a market cycle. So these are the feelings of most people when they're experiencing the market cycle. And if you don't have awareness of this, then you too get too excited at tops and too fearful at bottoms, and you get a disbelief emotion before a new cycle starts. But once you understand the human psychology of a market cycle, then you buy the bottoms, you buy depression, you buy disbelief, which is exactly where we're at right now on Shiba Inu, is the disbelief phase. That's exactly where we're at in the market cycle, right here before a new cycle starts. Or like I said, right here, a good example is Ethereum, but we could use a lot of other examples. There's tons of examples. In fact, I'll show you one other example. Another great example of this is the internet bubble, the IXIC. And if you look at the IXIC, it's the exact same thing as what happened here with Shiba Inu. And what we do here is we just bring up the time frame, because all markets are fractal in all different time frames across every single type of market that there is. Whether you're trading crypto, stocks, Forex, whatever you're trading, you're going to get the same human psychology over and over again in the market. You can see here with the NASDAQ, you get this big run up here and a big pullback, and then prices come up again and they come back down to support. So right here on the NASDAQ coincides perfectly with right here on Shiba Inu. It's the same human psychology, the same point in the market cycle, that disbelief phase where prices come back down to support oftentimes before they break out into a new cycle. So that's exactly where we're at on Shiba Inu, is that disbelief phase before we break out for a new cycle. So now let's check out the short term here a little bit on Shiba Inu, because the short term also looks really, really good. So you can see we started to break out of a double bottom pattern here. Here's our left side of the bottom, and then here's the right side of the bottom. And then we broke the resistance of that double bottom, confirming it. And we've started to see a lot of price and volume coming in to this market. Now, this can keep rallying up. This could go up another 20, 30%. Obviously, it's going to have pullbacks along the way up. Every market does. You can see here on the NASDAQ, as price started to accelerate, there was always pullbacks along the way up, but nothing big, nothing like a big bear market that happened in 2003, between 2000 and 2003, or in 2008, but a lot more just like little healthy corrections along the way up. So that's what I expect also for Shiba Inu. It will have corrections along the way up, but a lot of those corrections are going to be very small. A lot of those corrections are going to be just little pullbacks, because when you go into a new bull market, those pullbacks are very minimal. Those pullbacks are not massive pullbacks until you really start to accelerate in the cycle. Then you get more volatility, like what happened here during COVID, or what happened here during 2021 and 2022, I mean. And so as the market cycle starts to really accelerate and get parabolic, then you get more volatility. But in the early phase of the cycle, there's a lot of upside with not a lot of volatility on the downside. And that's the way the market cycle works. So here on Shiba Inu, there's going to be pullbacks, but they're not going to be massive pullbacks along the way back up. We're going to see price accelerate very, very quickly. And because of that, the pullbacks are going to be pretty minimal until we get full force in the cycle and start to really go parabolic. And when we do really start to go parabolic here on Shiba Inu and really get above the old all-time high, then we're probably going to see a lot more volatility coming into the market here. But for now, I'm expecting a lot of upside with not big pullbacks, with not a lot of big pullbacks along the way up. So that's kind of my view on Shiba Inu. We do see a lot of potential for profit here on Shiba. We're very, very undervalued in the bigger picture, and there's a lot of upside potential in this market in the near future. And by the way, we're also potentially breaking out of a big triangle here very soon. So as you can see, we have the resistance of the triangle, then we have the support of the triangle down here. And the second we break out of this consolidation pattern, you're going to see a lot of money come into this coin very quickly. These consolidation patterns are very powerful. In fact, a good example of this is Bitcoin. So if we go over to Bitcoin back in 2018, 2019, and 2020, you're going to see a very similar kind of consolidation pattern on Bitcoin. So you have your resistance up here and your support down here, and it makes a big triangle. Then you break bullish out of that pattern, and a lot of money comes into the market very quickly, and that drives prices up to new all-time highs. So that's actually very similar to the Shiba Inu setup as well. It's the same human psychology, the same market structure, and preparation for a lot of upside. And also you can see what I'm talking about here. As we broke out into a new bull market, there was not really any big pullbacks. The market basically just saw upside. The pullbacks were pretty minimal along the way up. They obviously were there. There were some small pullbacks, but until we really started to accelerate in the cycle and go parabolic, then we started to see more volatility in the cycle. So early on, when you first break out into new bull markets, there's often a lot of momentum and strength and very small pullbacks. And because everybody's expecting big pullbacks because of the previous two bear markets or the previous two corrections that occurred in the market, they're still psychologically expecting some big pullback, but it doesn't happen. All those short sellers get squeezed, all the people that sell early regret it, and price has a tendency to accelerate really quickly because it's been held down for so long and it's all getting released all at once. So there's a big short squeeze event. The pullbacks are usually pretty small, and price has a tendency to accelerate very quickly before any big pullbacks ever occur, and have a tendency to break out to new all-time highs, maybe with little pullbacks along the way up, but nothing too crazy till you actually break out and really start to go parabolic. So that's my update on Shiba Inu. I do see a lot of upside. Again, we're in a big triangle, just like Bitcoin back in the day. In fact, these two charts are very, very similar from a cycle perspective, from a psychology perspective, and just market structure in general between these two charts is extremely similar. So I'm personally watching, again, for a big breakout here on Shiba Inu, for us to really start to accelerate, for not a bunch of big pullbacks, but really actually a lot of upside, because price has been held down for so long, and there's a lot of people short expecting the market to go lower that don't have any idea what they're doing, because big institutions have been accumulating it cheap, and they're going to send prices to new all-time highs, and a big short squeeze event will occur very similar to what happened in 2020 and 2021 here on Bitcoin. So that's what I'm watching for Shiba Inu. And generally, I think a lot of people are undervaluing a lot of coins in this market and not putting enough value on meme coins. Meme coins can make you rich. Every single cycle, they've pumped super hard. And it's because people get excited about them. People fall in love with them. They marry these things. And because of that, they buy. They tell all their friends, and price goes crazy. Don't underestimate or undervalue meme coins. They can make you rich. They can print money in your crypto accounts and in your bank account if you're willing to buy them when they're undervalued in preparation for the big pump. So don't undervalue meme coins. There's a lot of value in the meme coin markets, as far as potential for profit goes. You know, a lot of times they do bigger percentage gains than all of the utility tokens that everybody likes. People try to be all smart and buy the best fundamental projects, then they get mad at themselves that some meme coin did 500x when their utility coin they did all this research into that's supposed to be some brand new amazing technology does like 25 or 50x in value, you know? So don't underestimate meme coins. They can make you rich. You know, reason to play these markets is to make money. I don't know about you guys, but when I invest in crypto, I'm buying something that I'm looking to give me the biggest return on my investment. And it's not, okay, what's the most powerful technology in the whole world? It's where am I going to get the biggest return? And a lot of times the meme coins do that. So that's just the truth of the matter. But yeah, that's my update on Shiba Inu. I haven't made a video on this for probably, I don't know how many months now. I did include it in one of my meme coin videos that I made back here when everything was undervalued here before the pump. And I talked about it being a really good setup. And I just figured I'd update you guys again because I do see a lot of big picture potential for Shiba Inu to make a lot of money, to break out to new all-time highs and really print money in these markets. So that's my update. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Hey, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. I love and appreciate every single one of you. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and share it with your friends. And I look forward to seeing you guys in future videos. As always, stay profitable out there.